Welcome back to Talkin Shop with ShopSabre. I am Brandon, but I got a special guest today. I am back actually with Tay Whiteside.
Yeah, hey guys, Tay here from Lift Arc Studios. We're down here at PRI, or for me it's up here, PRI. Indianapolis, Indiana, the Lucas Oil Stadium. Year 2 for ShopSabre here at PRI.
Yeah, it's been fun, man. I said the first time I think we hung out was here.
Yeah.
A year ago.
Well, we had talked a lot on the phone before.
That was the cool thing. Like, we've known each other, but we didn't like actually hang out.
Right. Was I underwhelming when you first met me? You
made me feel really short. Like, I knew you were tall, but I didn't know how tall until I met you here.
I'm very sorry for that.
Then you walked in to make it worse last year. You walked in with what was it, the selfie stick?
Oh, yeah, the camera stick.
Then you were like your own drone shots.
Yeah.
And like I saw the video after PRI, I was like, well, that's embarrassing. Like, it looked like you had a drone.
They should hire me to do
somebody should hire me for that.
Yeah.
Like, you should just be a stick drone machine.
I am for hire. No. Well, it's Friday, so end of day 2.
Dude, I'm exhausted. My feet are killing me.
Dude, my back hurts so much. I was in a car accident like 8 years ago where I flipped and landed on my head.
Yeah.
I used to be 6'8", and now I'm 6'7".
Lost in it.
I literally just like compressed my spine.
Oh, I never measured myself after my accident. I wonder if I got shorter.
Yeah. Why do you sound so excited about that?
I want to know. I got shorter now.
Brandon just had a pretty cool car accident. You want to tell him about it?
Well, they know about it. We talked about it on the podcast.
Oh, yeah.
I obviously earlier episodes with Nick.
Yeah.
Nick makes sure to remind everybody I crash.
Yeah, sure.
So
they don't let you get away with much, do they?
They don't let me. I mean,
of course, it's a two-way street.
I was just gonna say, it's well deserved because I'm quick to jump on them as well. So.
Yeah.
No, it's been fun though with PRI. I think it's been busier this year.
It seems it. I mean, you guys had quite the booth makeover from last year. So last year you had Langmuir and ShopSabre in the same booth, on the same plane, dancing together. I'm glad you got a bigger booth because you got twice the machines you had last year.
I think, so if you're not watching this right now on YouTube, if you're actually like just listening to us as you're driving down the road, you should go to YouTube and just check out the video that goes along with this so you can actually see what we're talking about.
Yeah.
But, like, we have this video wall behind us that is just incredible.
Pretty sweet.
I always joke that like Alex just crushes it at our office, but like he really does. Like this video wall turned out great. But as you said, last year we were in a 10x40 booth, 2 companies, just wedging all this stuff in there.
Your dad was here.
My dad was here.
Yeah, supervising all of us.
My dad was trying to make sure, see if he could find a reason to fire me again.
Yeah.
He was looking for number 5 is what he was doing. He tried to hit me with a hover round last year.
I bet you weren't the only one he tried to hit with a hover round.
Yeah, I bet you're right. But he definitely tried to hit me with the hover round. My dad had just had back surgery.
Yeah, right. I remember that.
Around in that hover round.
Dude, he is a trooper last year.
He was a trooper last year.
Which is probably why he's not here this year.
Yeah, this year, he couldn't make it, unfortunately. We had some family stuff going on. But I've talked to him every night.
Yeah.
And he's just like super bummed. He's like, oh, how's Tay doing? Like he was asking about you. And like, just how's the show? And like, he's texting me throughout the day. Like, so how's it going? How's this going? You know, what do people think of the laser? And I'm like, well, the laser has people crowded around it all day long.
The whole day, including me. I wanted to show you something that happened to me. So for those that don't know who I am, we run a YouTube channel about the fab shop I run in Roanoke, Virginia.
Yeah.
This has not happened to me before. This guy came. He brought a printed out photo of me and asked for an autograph.
That's so cool.
Dude, that hasn't happened to me ever. So that was very, very cool.
Like humbling thing, right?
Yeah. And he was like super like chill about it. He was like, hey, I brought you this. And I just thought it was me. And I was like, I figured what he wanted me to do. And I was like, dude, this is so cool. But like, it's cool to be here. Thank you.
Took it, put it in your pocket and walked.
Yeah. I'm going to frame my girlfriend. I'm going to give that to my girlfriend. Thank you. But I hope that I've been helping do this because I know it's like every company that's here spent a bunch of time, bunch of money to be here. And the whole point is to like, get your brand out there, like hopefully make some money, sell some machines, do what you love.
Wait. That's what we're doing here?
Yeah.
I thought we were just hanging out, having a good time.
Yeah. Well, that's what I've been doing.
Could work harder.
Yeah. I was having fun until you interrupted my lunch break like an hour ago.
That was awesome.
Yeah.
So this guy walks up and he's like,
by the way, I spent an hour talking to that guy earlier today.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, and he's just like, I got more questions.
Yeah, he walked up to me and he's like, he's just standing there. I couldn't ignore him because he's wearing a ShopSabre shirt.
Right.
I'm like,
how to get Brandon's attention.
Yeah, I'm like, friend.
Yeah.
So I ran up to like say hi. And he's like, oh, just waiting for Tay. Don't worry. Like, I see you're busy. I'm like, well, I don't mind helping out. And he's like, no, I just got some questions for Tay.
And it's like, well, Tay's working today.
I was like, why don't I grab him? He's like, well, he's in the back of your booth eating right now. I'm like, don't worry, lunchtime.
Like hell he is.
Yeah, I was like, lunchtime's over. I'll go get him.
Yeah.
You got a little broach.
Yeah.
I didn't go far enough away. That was my problem.
Yeah. The best part was the guy pointed out where he was. He was like, no, it's totally good. Tay's in the back of the booth back there eating chicken.
He might as well have just come to get me because he pretty much did the same.
I was like, I'll go get him. No worry.
No, he was cool though. That was the guy last year who bought a machine after we were talking to him for a while. So.
My favorite comment of the day has to be on your page.
Yeah, I'll read it for you. I showed it to you a second ago.
You have to read this out loud because this is phenomenal.
So, all right, this guy, we did a whole big video about both booths earlier, and someone goes, shout out to J Knot 6684. They said, last time I watched Tay at PRI, it cost me 10 grand. Damn, Titan 25. Now he's got me looking at fiber lasers. I'm wondering if I need both kidneys.
Yeah.
So it's working.
But the answer is no, I don't think you do. My mom does not have both her kidneys, and it seems to be working out.
Yeah. So just sell one.
Yeah, I do.
And you don't really, and you'll have a lot of cash left over. That's the problem. Because it's really not that
expensive. Like,
yeah.
Really, I think there's got to be a better way to fund this deal.
Yeah.
We got financing.
Yeah,
try that.
Geneva Capital, man.
Yeah. And they
keep your kidneys.
Yeah, they don't.
That should be there. That should be their thing. Keep your kidneys. Call
that's
Geneva.
Marketing.
Yeah.
It absorbs less energy than that laser. It does more energy.
Nice.
Yeah, I think. I think that's actually true. I don't have the mathematical equation on that yet.
I'm a doctor.
We're not engineers. Yeah, but we did say at a Holiday Inn Express.
Walker's a doctor. Yeah. Standing here telling us.
Yeah.
I also work at Geneva Capital.
Yeah. We hired him. He's actually Thomas over at Geneva Capital.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
Well, it turns out all you have to do over there is sit down.
Yeah. Walker over here, Thomas over there.
Dude, so this is the first time I've seen the fiber laser, and it's rad. It's super fast.
Yeah.
And I want one. And you're going to sell a bunch of them, I hope, because you're making a lot of people mad with that price. I hope you know that.
I do. My favorite's watching people like circle the booth that are in the industry.
Yeah, I've seen it all day.
Staring at the machine.
Yeah, they're like,
Yeah, I know we had competitors walk up to us and tell us, well done on the machine. So that's it's always a good feeling when your competitors are complimenting your product.
Yeah.
And I have to agree, our team knocked it out of the park. I never doubted our team. I mean, I knew it would be like, even for me.
You doubted them a little bit.
Not even a little bit.
Yeah.
They just don't miss on this stuff.
Yeah,
we have some of the best guys in this industry, and I'm very fortunate. I talk about them a lot on this podcast, but I believe in bringing talent in that is better than you.
Yeah.
And that's what we have. Like, I have people in this, like, I'm made to look a lot better than I am because of the people that are around me. Like, they make my job easy.
That's how it should be.
Yeah,
man.
like, it's awesome.
If you're the smartest person in the room, you're in the wrong room.
That's my quote.
Yeah,
I
agree.
Yeah.
And that's why I always tell people I don't want to be the smartest guy in the room. So
that sounds like a lot of work.
Yeah, it's just that sounds like too many questions.
Yeah.
So I know podcast today is kind of different than a normal format we usually run.
Yeah, we're just standing. For people that aren't watching, we're just standing in public.
Yeah,
we're just like standing.
On this episode of Standing in Public with Tay and Brandon.
Started shouting and
Yeah.
I was in the video, not the podcast.
Yeah. So there's video over here too. You can come in here. You can come in here, Walker.
Come here, Walker.
Come on, Walker. Come hang out with us.
So, my dear
Walker
friend.
didn't realize you had video on him the whole time.
Well, I knew there was. I thought it was like an Instagram thing that you were going to add it, not a.
No, this is our podcast.
Nope.
Yeah.
Full podcast episode.
You've been doing great.
Well, soundboard wasn't here, so
there's no buttons to push. Current
just each other's buttons. Yeah. All right. Give me current event.
Current event is we're doing really well at PRI, meeting lots of cool people.
Yeah.
It snowed yesterday.
Yeah, which is nice. Us Southern boys don't get a whole lot of snow.
You know my favorite part about yesterday's snow? Ben taking pictures.
Yeah. The dude from Minnesota, like in the person bridge or footbridge. Yeah. Person bridge. He's like, whoa, look.
Skywalk.
Skywalk. Yeah.
He stopped. Took pictures out the window, and all of us were like, Ben, we're from Minnesota.
I haven't seen snow in 5 years, and I was like, dope. I'm hungry. Time to keep going.
Yeah. Well, 2 nights ago, we went to dinner, and we walked outside.
Yeah.
And it's like snowing and blowing and nasty out.
Yeah.
We walked to the restaurant, and as we're walking, I look up, and the skywalk's up, like above us. I'm like, oh, that would have been a better means of traffic.
That's why we took it last night.
Last night, we were like, we're not doing that mistake twice.
Yeah.
I still hold on to the point that I made last night. Don't ruin Ben's Christmas spirit.
Christmas spirit.
He's such a cheerful guy.
Ben is a cheerful guy.
He is.
And smart as a tack. If anybody's had the pleasure of meeting Ben Rugg, I'm going to call him the lead engineer. I don't know if that's true.
You're absolutely right.
He's awesome.
Yeah.
He is a huge asset for you guys. And as nice as can be. Yeah. Like he seems like he genuinely loves what he does, which is
I'm
cool.
lucky enough. I grew up with Ben. So Ben
and I some of that story last time. Have you talked to any of that story on here?
I've told very little of it. Yeah. I try not to share all of the stories.
Brandon used to be into street racing.
Yeah.
And
on this episode of Case Fills It All.
Yeah.
Don't cut.
In my younger days, when I was much more irresponsible.
You had a Mitsubishi Eclipse.
Yep.
Ben drove, what was that car?
Suzuki Esteem.
Suzuki Esteem, dude, a wagon. A baby blue Suzuki Esteem wagon.
Yeah.
And you got in trouble for things he should have gotten in trouble
He did it. And they just saw my car and assumed, well, the guy in the wagon didn't do it. It has to be the guy in the Eclipse.
Well, because you went full Fast and Furious.
Right, yeah.
You never go full Fast and Furious.
That's what I learned. You don't want to be the guy with the car that looks like it should be you.
He had an e-bike and you had a
Yeah. And I'm the one who got in trouble for the noise violations and the expedition driving that Ben would do.
Now, but do people know that you used to drag race your dad's truck? Does your dad know you used to drag race his truck?
He does now.
That's not.
He knows.
Yeah, I used to borrow my dad's truck and drive it like a 16-year-old kid. Spiritedly.
Yeah. After Ben turned up the turbo time.
And then Ben modified Dad's truck to make it faster, but forgot to unmodify it. So Dad found out that it was modified, and I got caught.
Yeah, it's kind of interesting. We got ourselves off the hook. I'm putting us back on it now.
Yeah.
We got to hear all the amazing childhood shenanigans they got into without disclosing any of our own.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah. Well, the weekend is still young.
Yeah.
Here's the thing. I have now told you ours. Now it's our turn to be like, and your turn.
Dude, okay. Well, I'll tell you, too. My high score is not as high as your high score, but I got a ticket for 98 and a 65.
The best part.
I was slowing down.
The quote. The best part is what the cop wrote on your ticket.
Reckless and wanton endangerment.
No, disregard.
Disregard for the safety of others.
Reckless.
How do you remember that?
It's burned in my mind. Whenever I see somebody
that's your ticket framed in his
house, violently unsafe, I'm like, somebody tipping over a glass, like they had a reckless.
Dude, I was street racing a Hyundai Veloster in my E46, and we had hit 125 miles an hour. We were slowing down.
Yeah.
I don't know who won, but we both lost.
Yeah.
Because he pulled me over and somehow got both of us. Like, either that guy pulled over because he felt bad,
failure.
The cop was just like full sheepdog and got two of us.
Failure.
Walter Jenkins from Troy, North Carolina, went to the court for me. Shout out to Mr. Walter Jenkins. You know, when you get in trouble, you get a bunch of letters in the mail from that locality with like lawyers that want to represent you. The other one I got was reckless driving on private property. I was drifting in the parking lot of my old middle school.
Yeah.
And that is when I learned that after hours, school property goes from public to private. Did you know that?
Yes, I did.
Well, I didn't.
So does church parking lots.
Yeah.
Ask me how I know.
But I got that one turned to improper equipment. I'm sure there's some privilege there.
My favorite thing about all of this, though, is like people who maybe aren't in the car industry. When you hear street racing, you think of cool cars.
Yeah.
And most of these things that we are explaining have happened in cars that are not what you expect.
Mine was in an 80s Mustang.
Yeah. Mine was ours was a mid-90s Suzuki Esteem with a 1.6 bored over to 1.8.
Esteem is an incredible name for a car.
A name for a car that Suzuki would release today.
Right.
Yeah.
Like something more like
refined.
Yeah.
But you know what? I can tell you, a Mitsubishi Eclipse.
Yeah.
It does blast through a church parking lot barrier bar.
Yeah.
Very well.
Really effectively.
Yeah, but the problem is when you hit it, your windshield explodes. And then when that happens, you hit the brakes because you're scared of what just happened. the bar does come back and hit your car a second time.
It's so strange that you know that that's how that works.
Yeah,
He
it's
does
weird.
equal MC squared.
Yeah, it is definitely a situation.
Well, cars brings me back to PRI.
Right.
PRI, of course, is performance racing industry. If you are a fab person, if you're a car person, if you just like mechanics, gears,
Right.
you gotta come.
This is a cool show, like, because the vibe here is cool.
Yeah.
Like, it's a mixture of like really cool parts and like accessories.
Yeah.
Like, and then it's like safety gear, like helmets and race suits and.
But you and I will find windows to peel off and be like,
We're gonna have
time to do some shopping.
at some point.
Yeah.
But then it's also like all the cool equipment. Like we got, the ShopSabre booth here, the Langmuir booth here. You're talking about Miller welders are here. You're talking about a lot of people like that just bring cool things to the industry.
Yeah.
Like I met this company behind us and it says real fabricators break Chinese tools.
Burger King, yeah.
Yeah,
They make some of the best grinders ever, man.
Yeah, but like finding out, like now we're partnering with them to be able to offer a solution for people who have our pipe cutter, who are trying to figure out how to deburr.
Yeah.
Their pipe. Like now we figured it out.
That's a
Oh, good.
Yeah, so we're partnering up on that. So that's going to be
Nice.
exciting after this. But it's like just so many cool tools that like you don't realize you need in your shop
Or
until it comes that time.
yeah, or didn't realize existed in the first place. You know, there's-
That's me. Like,
Yeah.
and the group across the street from us, I mean, they've been partying the whole time.
they have.
Like the whole time. It's
yeah.
awesome. Like,
No.
Good buckets and burritos come out of nowhere.
yeah.
Yeah,
like,
it's-
they had tamales yesterday.
Yeah.
Oh, they've been having beer since 7 a.m. I think. Like,
Hey, someone told me once, you can't say you've been drinking all day unless you start in the morning.
right. Well, they've been drinking.
I don't know if I would want to say I've been drinking all.
I've never successfully drank all day. I always take a nap.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
The Miller booth is across from us, and they got that laser welder.
they do.
Which is-
I knew it was a matter of time before they come out with the laser welder.
Yeah, it's pretty cool to watch them like use that thing.
I test drove an IPG photonics laser, which was like one of the first U.S.
Right.
made laser welders,
Right.
thanks to ARC 3, local welding supply place, and now everybody's doing it. So
Right.
Where it's like the world is forming around you with lasers. Like
well,
got placed here, laser behind you,
Any-
laser in front of you.
any fabricator should feel that way because that's how it's moving. Like
Right.
laser welding is interesting if you haven't paid attention because the heat input is almost non-existent.
Right.
The penetration is complete. Like you can spot weld in a half second with
Right.
lasers, and your overall deformation is crazy. And the welding really thin metal to really thick metal is really possible now.
Right.
Like I'm a TIG welder, right? So like being able to control your heat when you're doing thick to thin or dissimilar metals is really hard.
Right.
And speaking of dissimilar metals, that's another thing you can weld with lasers, but like
Also a sick band name.
dissimilar metals type of music.
That's also kind of cool, baby.
Yeah. But then lasers are making, obviously laser cutters have been out since the 80s, but they've been millions and millions of dollars.
I'm just disappointed that we haven't said lasers.
Lasers. Freaking machines with freaking lasers in them.
So I don't know if you know this, but Tay made a comment not that long ago
Oops.
that he thought I should dress up as Dr. Evil and stand with our
Well,
laser.
look.
Hey,
Yeah.
when the lights go out. Oh, sorry.
Well,
Apparently it's the end of the show.
it's the end of the show.
So
It is officially 5 o'clock.
officially 5 o'clock, which is kind of cool.
It's-
5 o'clock somewhere.
It's here for me.
Here, it's PRI.
But yes, I told you before I told you that you weren't going to like it. And so I prefaced it.
I actually kind of liked it.
Yeah.
That's the problem for you.
Well, so if you haven't seen
Joke's on you.
Dr. Evil from the Austin Powers movies, he's bald and he has nice technology, just like you.
Like I was justifying it, right?
He's very fat. He's very
What he was trying to say is he wishes I had a gray suit on.
he's very fashionable. Yeah. He had a very bolstered gray suit. And then you could do the pinky thing and go, lasers.
I will say, you marketing guys, that would make quite the video.
Yeah. There's enough of
I have a feeling Rodney's going to have a new cover page for this, and it's going to be Dr. Evil.
You should.
Yep.
I mean, you've said the word laser in this video, so
Yeah.
you have all you need.
I have everything I
Just
need.
do
at
like
this
a
point.
deep fake thing and make it happen.
Laser.
Yeah, there you go.
So
You have a fluffy cat.
No, it wasn't fluffy. Remember, it was one of those like naked cats.
I don't know if you remember, but it did not have much hair.
Mr. Bigglesworth.
No, I think the real Bonnie villains.
No, it was Mr. Bigglesworth, and then there was Mini Mr. Bigglesworth for Mini-Me.
Okay.
Yeah.
You guys have no idea what you're talking about.
Sorry.
Clearly.
It's been a long time.
Yeah. Well, my
yeah.
back hurts.
My feet hurt. His back hurts. We got dinner at some point tonight. I gotta go help clean up. But yeah, I mean, obviously, as always, I think the motivation this week, I always like to finish a little bit of motivation. And I think the motivation has to be that if you continue to look towards the future, you'll find solutions to anything. I mean, it's something that we're seeing here. Like years ago, fiber laser was unobtainable.
Yeah.
And ShopSabre really worked hard. And, you know, I had to keep this secret for a long time.
I know you did.
And
you didn't even tell me.
Yeah, correct. I didn't tell anybody. But it's because of the fact that, like, it's such a sensitive topic. I didn't want to spoil it. I wanted to make sure it got done right. Because here's the problem is it's a race to the bottom sometimes. And people will just cut corners to be the first to do something.
Yeah.
And I did not want that to happen to this industry. I wanted to bring something that sets the bar that people could be proud of.
Yeah.
And I feel like our team nailed it. And
I do too, man.
Honestly, if you haven't checked out the fiber laser, get on our website, check it out at shopsabre.com. We have a lot of information out there. We're going to have a lot of great videos coming after this show.
For sure.
I want a bunch of them. So if you're interested in one, you better get in line because it's going to be pushing lead times out. Right now, we're out till April on these machines.
Yeah.
Likely before the end of the show, we're going to be out till May. So
get in line, y'all.
Yeah. The guy who somehow, you know, I don't have the worst vision, but, you know, I can't read people's badges as I'm walking past.
Right.
I was walking past somebody in the corner. Oh, ShopSabre, they're laser. Oh,
nice.
You're going to talk to you.
Oh, there you go.
Like this rushing past.
Yeah, I can't see their badges when they're this close. I'm like, I'm sorry, what's your name? Is that A from Whiteside?
FBI.
Oh, sorry.
FBI freeze.
Yeah.
Well, when we get one, you can watch us use it on liftdarkstudios.com and LiftDark's YouTube.
Yeah. Before they get it there, they have to make a video of somebody in the shop creating their own laser machine, like they did their own pipe machine.
If you saw us when we helped you announce the tube cutter video, we tried making our own tube cutter, and it didn't go well. So I guess my point is, don't try to make one. Buy this one.
Yeah. So, yeah, with that, like I said, I appreciate everybody tuning in today. Obviously, I'm Brandon.
That's Walker. I'm Tay. And appreciate you guys walking. If you came by, it was nice to meet you. And one more day of PRI left.
Yeah.
Otherwise, we'll see you when we see you.
Thanks for tuning in to Talkin Shop with ShopSabre.